Yes, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome today, and I hope you're enjoying your sessions that you've already had. It's been a great week. We've had Jason Flesher, sorry, from Scenic, and I hope you've seen his interviews that they did through the week. So that's our discovery team leader, and he's so informative, and he knows a lot more than me, so I do apologise for not being so well versed as Jason. 101 times to Antarctica, unbelievable. So I've seen it, our Discovery Yachts, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And that's a great starting image as well. This is what Scenic Eclipse can do. It just gets to these places the bigger ships can't get anywhere close to, and it really makes a difference for that discovery experience. 200 passengers on board when we do Arctic or polar regions, and you can pull up to the ice here. Obviously, we check the ice before you go on it, but you can walk off and just experience this part of the world, and up in obviously Greenland and all these places as well. So it's just a beautiful thing. So 2019, the first ship was launched. I did the Caribbean on one of the first cruises, which I'll never forget. Obviously not Antarctica, but it was an incredible experience to cruise around the Caribbean on Scenic Eclipse 1. One thing I will mention, Scenic Eclipse 1 will be coming into Scotland and Belfast, 23rd of May 2026, Belfast, and round about, I think it's the 3rd of June in Leith in Edinburgh. So we will be doing ship visits. So keep your eye out for that and contact Scenic, and we can help you there. So Scenic's been around, it's 40 years now, just about, and it's privately owned by Glenn and Karen Moroney. I've been with the company for 16 years. I was a sales manager in Victoria, Australia, before I come back to the UK for family reasons, so still working with them, and I love the ingenuity of Glenn and Karen Moroney, who design the ships, who are the river ships. We started as a coach touring company. We still are a coach touring company. Not many people know that, but we tour the world with coaches, Africa and everywhere, Canada, Rocky Mountaineer too. So we do loads of stuff. It's not just ocean cruising. So privately owned by Glenn and Karen. Karen designs the actual interiors of the ships. But this is a nice little video to give you an introduction to Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2.
Extraordinary in every way. Scenic Eclipse, the world's first discovery yachts, set the benchmark in all-inclusive ultra-luxury cruising with spacious all-veranda suites and personalized butler service. World-class cuisine with up to 10 dining experiences. Spacious bars and lounges. An indulgent spa and dedicated gym, yoga and Pilates studio. Vitality pools and luxurious outdoor spaces. An observation terrace, lounge and state-of-the-art theatre. 2 helicopters and a submersible for unrivaled discovery. Scenic Eclipse, in a class of its own.
Dining venues are incredible to have. A little hint for you that not many people talk about is how do I book those restaurants on board? So when you get on the ship, your customers get them to go up to Lumiere French restaurant, and then the person up there will book the rest of the restaurants for them for that cruise. So that's a nice little hint to let people know about. And then you have your observation area as well. So all about seeing things. You can walk out the front of the ship. I was in Norway earlier this year, and we went into Troll Fjord. No ship, hardly, I think one other ship maybe can get down there. And we were nearly touching the sides of the cliffs and all that. It's just it's the mobility of the ship that gets you there. So you get the 10 dining venues, you got the butler service, the mini bars included. as well. All your tours are included except for the helicopter and the submersible. I'll talk about that in a second. And the other chargeable thing is treatments in the spa, but you can use the sauna and all that. That's included. And yeah, so it's just an incredible way. The suites are beautiful. You've got your veranda suites lead in, which they're all balcony as well. You still get that sitting area to the side there. You've got right up to the penthouse suites as well. Penthouse obviously gets more service, etc., because obviously they're paying a lot more for it. But there's a lot of choice of suites, and I'll send images and videos through that can be shared on to you as well. But and then you can have in-room dining too. I sometimes couldn't be bothered going for my breakfast. The butler will bring that, and you can have a wee bacon and eggs. And they have HP sauce on board as well, which I love, those little things too. So your venues are amazing. You've got Italian, you've got teppanyaki, which there's a small, only up to 8 people in the teppanyaki. You've got the Lumiere French Italian restaurant. You've got sushi. You've got everything. We have our own herb garden. Obviously, when we go to Antarctica and remote places, we need where we're going to get herbs, etc. So we have our own herb garden, and we grow those things to use for the meals. So Tom Gauthier is our head of food operations across the world on all our ships, and he has like 4,000-5,000 recipes. So the clients will have an amazing time, and the food is just absolutely gorgeous on board. The spa is great as well. So you have your sauna, you have your steam room, you have an infrared sauna as well. So all that there, but you do charge for manicure, etc. too. And the technology on Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2 is incredible. So we hardly use anchors. We do have them if required. But the big thing about that is sustainability. So we do not destroy the ocean bed. And it's kept in stabilization by a kind of satellite Azipod system, it's called, and it keeps the ship steady. I remember in the Red Sea looking back to Eclipse when I was on a little island in the middle of the Red Sea, and that ship did not move. And I was looking back maybe every hour, and it was in the same position. So that is a big message for people, because people are asking about sustainability. What are you doing to protect the environment? And obviously, as well, it's a small ship going to Antarctica. We need certain licenses, or up into the polar regions and Iceland and all that. So we can only land a certain amount of people, but we'll get people onto the ice maybe twice a day when we're down there. So technology is a big thing on board as well. But this gives you an idea of this little video to give you an idea of how it works.
At 551 feet in length, Scenic Eclipse is longer than 1.5 football fields and more than 6 times the size of some of the world's most impressive super yachts. However, she is just over half the size of the average cruise liner. The perfect marriage of space, innovative technology, and maneuverability. With 10 intricately designed decks, Scenic Eclipse's relatively compact size gives her access to visit ports across the world that others cannot. At the stern of Deck 3, there is a specially designed marina deck housing a fleet of kayaks and 12 Zodiacs.
There, so that's so we do a lot with Channel 5, but I'm going to tell you something very exciting in a second. And then obviously we use the kayaks, the Zodiacs, everything, and it's quite easy to get down. So if people are not great with mobility, you go down to level 3 on Eclipse 1 and 2 on the elevator, and it's only a few steps onto the Zodiac. So that makes life a little bit easier. Another thing that we do really well, Jason mentioned it as well, is we go to little islands and we take over that little island with the crew, come off, serve drinks, etc. And it's just us, 228 people maximum, and in the middle of nowhere. And it's just an incredible experience. And it really is something to behold. And when we have the Discovery team as well, up to 20 when we do the polar regions, and Jason is the head of that. and you've seen his videos through the week. And these people are experts. And I come home feeling like David Attenborough after listening to them. So you go to the theatre, there's times given when you're on board, and you'll listen to lectures about wildlife, about what's happening around you, what we're going to do the next day, all that type of thing. And they're so well versed. I mean, I was in the Caribbean and a blue-footed booby landed on the ship. It wasn't feeling very well. So they took it downstairs, kind of helped it a little bit. This is an incredible thing they can do. And then when it was feeling better, we took it upstairs to the front deck, and then it flew off into the distance. It was quite an emotional experience. So that is the type of expertise that you have on board with us. And the 2 helicopters are amazing as well. So these are state-of-the-art Airbus helicopters, 2 on board each ship, up to 6 passengers. And the pilot as well, obviously. And I did a flight over northern Honduras, and it was about $500 per person. So that's a rough idea on price. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing, taking off after my breakfast, flying for 40 minutes and back, and then have a little nice coffee and just remember what I've just done. So this is something very unique, and something to get that message across to your customers. So 2 of them helicopters on board each ship, and then you'll see all the wildlife, the penguins, the whales, which Jason had talked about through the week. We have the submersible as well, Neptune 1 and Neptune 2 on both ships. So these are chargeable again, very similar price to the helicopters, and a great way to experience things. They can't be booked beforehand, the submersible or the helicopter, but you go to the Discovery office behind reception, and that's where you book the helicopter and submersible. It all depends on weather. Greenland, we're not allowed to fly there. Obviously, a lot of regulations, so all that to remember. So the technology, all the things that we have on board. And we do the polar plunge as well in Antarctica. And we have 128, I think it is now, malt whiskies in the bar. So you can have a wee whiskey after you do the polar plunge in Antarctica. A highlight for many. And they got all the kayaks, paddle boards as well. And we have that Discovery team to look after. So they're not chargeable for that type of thing. We also have sea bobs in the warmer areas. I used it in the Red Sea. It's a little engine that you kind of hang off with a snorkel, and there's little gears on it, and you just float about and see all the wonderful wildlife. Use it in the Barrier Reef as well, which is great, off the coast of Australia too. So we've got a little video to play here, Jason, about the Discovery. This is a nice little video to give you an idea of how that works. I hope I've got that video bit right there. Sorry, Gabriella.
Experiencing Antarctica 102 times, many guests and many people always ask me, what is it that keeps bringing you back? I get the experience of seeing it through the guests' eyes firsthand and seeing the expressions on their face and the uniqueness on board Scenic Eclipse with all the experiences that we can provide: kayaking, paddleboarding, zodiacs, helicopters, submersibles are kind of like grown-up toys. And it teaches us how to be kids again. The other thing that truly makes it unique is Antarctica's a place to experience the physical. I'll guarantee you'll never be able to explain that physical to somebody who's never been to Antarctica, because it's an emotional state of mind. So it may appear when you go there as a bucket list, but when you get there and when you experience the emotions of Antarctica, what it brings out of you, and when you leave Antarctica, it's the story of the lifetime that you'll forever remember.
What an experience he's had. So Antarctica and the Arctic, the exploration which Jason has explained, how we can cut through the ice, etc., makes a difference. And The best sellers for Antarctica is Antarctica in Depth as your lead-in. So we're down there at the moment, 13 days. You're looking, what's that, 15,000 area per person, flights from the UK included. And it's a great itinerary there. It gives you an idea here. So you've got Ushuaia. So you'll stay in Buenos Aires for the night, which is a great city. I love it. Do a bit of dancing there as well. Ushuaia, and then we'll do the cruise for 11 nights all through South Shetland Islands, Weddell Sea, etc. So a great itinerary. That's your lead in Antarctica. And then you've got Antarctica, South Georgia, and the Falkland Islands, where that's Jason mentioned the other day about the submersible, another great itinerary out of Ushuaia. A big thing about Scenic Eclipse as well, the stabilizers are really large compared to other small ships, and it makes the Drake Passage a little bit more comfortable to cross as well. And then we've got bestsellers for the Arctic at the moment. You've got Iceland and Greenland Explorer, so another popular itinerary, just over 8,000 there per person. There's your, I did Iceland last year as well. Great itinerary, just to get that volcanic region too, and all the landscapes, etc., and then polar bear opportunities on this one as well. You can't go out in the paddle boats next to them, not a good idea. And I've been told we're going up to Thompson as well in Manitoba to go do that. And then you've got the wildlife of Svalbard as well, the glaciers, etc. So I'll send information on all these through to you. Before I finish off quickly, Scenic Icon will be joining the fleet 2028. It will do some Antarctica, more in the north of Antarctica. It will do warm water exploration as well. So it is designed more for warm water. But here's a little video to show you a little bit about what Icon will look like. People are so much looking forward to this, and very exciting times ahead. 270 passengers, a little bit bigger than the first two yachts. All balcony once again, all the same inclusions. And one thing that's different, helicopters, if you book before April next year, will be included. The flights will be included, and certain things for higher end suites as well, and up to 15 dining venues on Scenic Icon. So there's some great exciting times coming ahead, and we'll move out into Indonesia and all these places as well. There's so much coming, and very, very exciting times. As you can see, lots of pool areas as well for the warmer cruising around Australia as well, which is great. So, but I'll send you information on this. It will be shared with you also. Very exciting times for the Scenic group. And Black Friday is still on at the moment. So yeah, it's up until the 2nd of December. So you can still book that. But before I finish, how exciting is this? Jane McDonald has finished filming with us, and it's called Pole to Pole, and it will start on the 2nd of January 2026, and she will be doing all these episodes and using Eclipse and also Emerald yachts in the warmer climes, and then finish up in the Arctic region. This is the time to get out there and earn some great commission and etc. for your agency, because this is going to be big for us. We did Susan Kalman not too long ago, 101 bookings within 3 days. So it just shows you what the TV can do. So there you are. Thank you. And I hope that gives you a little overview. Sorry, it wasn't an awful lot of time, but there you are. Any questions coming in? I can just see awesome and looks great and stuff, but I will do a follow-up with the team at TTG Media. I forgot to mention groups as well, but I'll send that information on. And yeah, I'm sorry, I should have finished off with this. I do apologise. So if I'm going to give you a 5% discount for your customers if you book before the 12th of December. So that's the code to use is show 5%. It's not combinable with Black Friday, but I will send information on that. And double rewards points incentive at the moment for making £40 per booking on an Eclipse departure. Sorry, I'm just flicking through. There you go. And we have agent rates as well. So don't forget that. And I'll send all that through as well. Thank you.